And we're live.
What is up, everyone? It's a great Wednesday afternoon, evening, I should say now. For everybody that hopefully is joining in with us, we're going live. We got Michael, we got Bunny here with us, and then of course always the Frenchman. He's we're gonna talk a little Masters and a little Mania today. So throwing some WWE out there for all you non WWE fans. This is the Super Bowl of wrestling, and it is a 2 night event. It's a big thing. We love it. But before we dive into all that, French, how you doing over there today, bud?
Pretty good, pretty good. Had a pretty good weekend of watching golf. Thursday and Friday, kind of got a little cut short for umpiring, but I got to watch the bulk of it. So, um, all in all, I mean, when we got into the weekend, we had a pretty good tight race. So, I mean, it's gonna be fun to talk about. Ready to
Absolutely.
talk about this coming weekend.
Absolutely, man. I know you've been busy. That's why we had to move it back to a Wednesday night. I know you've been calling a lot of ball. So for all the locals around here, I know you watch a lot of it. Got a lot of good talent in the area locally as well. So I know you get to see that on a first day basis. So well, you got the Tiny Day coming up too.
Tiny Day starting tomorrow. Got 3 games tomorrow night and 3 games Friday night. Still ain't threw out the schedule for Saturday and Sunday yet, so it'll probably be 3 and 3 on Saturday and Sunday.
Yep, yep. Well, good luck with that. Hopefully the rain holds off. Seems like Bristol, they made it through Bristol without rain. Bunny there, I know you got lucky up there.
Yeah, no, we got lucky this weekend. Had an enjoyable time. Pretty good racing. We'll get to that here in a little bit on our next live with Moonshiners Racing. Missed a lot of the Masters. Kept up with it on Thursday, Friday, but after the cut, I was in Bristol. We, spending Saturday night at the track, getting in very late, turning around, getting back up there. Uh, come Sunday morning was really rough, but I landed this jewel. I'll say that. Uh, got my 124 Kenny Wallace and John Roberts signature there. Um, Pretty happy about that. And then this one's going on the wall, guys. This one I'm definitely proud of. This will be making its trip back this fall. But I took one of our shirts
Oh, that's sweet.
and I'm going to frame it, and it's got drivers and everything. Was able to get Ross Chastain on there. Um, Also got Kenny and John Roberts, but racked up and got Kyle Larson. Got him on the hook and some junior drivers. So kind of pretty proud of that one. Going to put that one up on the wall pretty soon. So
That's pretty sweet, man.
keep it
That
rolling.
that one was news to me. I like that. That was a good reveal. I like that.
Yeah, that's been 3 races in a row. It made it to both races last year. It made it to the spring race this year. I'll take it back, and my goal is to fill up the whole back of it, put it in a shadow box, and put it on the wall in here. So
You know
hopefully
what
I can
looks
get a few
sweet?
more.
You know what looks sweet? You ought to frame it up, cut out that middle section of that bottom row back there, and hang it right between all those cars.
I may put it here.
No, you need to cut that middle section out between those on that bottom row right there.
About where that ugly
Oh,
Miami
right here.
football is.
Yeah, yeah, there we
Oh,
go.
Raymond's only wanting me to do that so I can get rid of the football. Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, no, that would look pretty good. I mean, and it would give me a little bit of an area there, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully, either in the next couple of weeks, this area here will have some stuff in the background I'm pretty proud of. So one of them especially, one of them's my favorite. It's a little different. It's not sports related, but very happy. Very, very happy about this one.
Okay. Okay. He's adding to the collection there. It's okay. I got it. Just get rid of that Miami shit. Then I'll be happy. I know
got
French can say
Dominique
the
and
same. He
Rodman
don't
on the
hate him.
wall.
French don't hate him, but they're rivals with them being in the ACC. So
Yeah.
I know French can attest.
Nobody cares about Miami anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey,
Just
this was
part-timers.
from the 90s.
Part-timers. Part-time ACC fans.
See, well,
Yeah.
speaking of that, I just seen a list, and I know we're gonna get into the big show on Thursday, which I'm super excited about next Thursday. But did you see that they projected Beck to drop to the 4th round?
That doesn't surprise me, really.
No, it don't surprise me either. He's
I
too
just-
inconsistent.
I agree. I mean, I just didn't see him dropping that far. I figured they were. I mean, hell, the Steelers included. I mean, there's some teams with quarterback needs pretty bad out there. I mean, I figured that I thought that was a little low for him. And what was the shocker is they had Ty Simpson late 2nd, early 3rd before Beck. That one kind of shocked me.
Especially with that only 1 year underneath his belt.
Yeah.
But we've seen that with Stetson Bennett. You know, he had the performance at Georgia and then everything that come out of that, of course, but he wasn't the player. He didn't pan out to be maybe the player that he was at Georgia in the NFL thus far. So it just may be one of those tracking things there. It's the system, it's not the player.
Possibly. All right. Anyway, guys, topic at hand here is the Masters. And man, French, I thought Scheffler was going to come back. I thought when Rory blew up and what dropped 3 shots in 4 holes or something like that, 2 shots in 4 holes. Man, I thought he was choking. I thought Cam was going to run away with it. Jeez, man, but everything just went, dude. And then you've had even people like Morikawa and Burns that were sneaking up towards the end and making a run. Give us your thoughts. What was your favorite part to watch on everything with this chase? Who was you watching throughout all this? I mean, obviously Scotty and Rory, but who was your sleeper that you were watching and sort of secretly pulling for there?
I mean, I didn't really have no sleeper. Thursday and Friday, man, you know, we talked about it last week. Bryson looked awful.
Yeah.
Drove it real well. But when he put the irons in his hand and his putter in his hand, it all fell down. You know, Augusta National is not an easy course. If you watch any of it and you know the greens, the undulation of the greens are so bad. Well, not bad in a bad way, but you know, they're just, it's hard to read. You don't have any straight putts unless you're a foot from the cup. So, I mean, you got to be mentally prepared, physically prepared, because I have walked the 18 holes at Augusta National. We took shortcuts, and I was still wore out.
Yeah. There's a lot of walking. I've not been to the Masters, but yeah, there's a lot of walking.
There is a lot. You got to think, you know, it was pretty warm last weekend too.
It was, and dry. It's been very dry.
So, you know, we go back and we look at all that. But Thursday and Friday, I mean, Rory, man, lights out. Saturday didn't play as well. Sunday, you brought it up. Wow.
Yeah.
Multiple chances. Scotty, you know, Friday or Saturday night after it was over, I was sitting there and I was like, you know what? I said, Scotty made a heck of a run today. I said, I'm gonna put something on it. I got on there and I put something on it for him to come back and straight win it. And I almost got it because here he come.
He did.
You know, what was it, the first player ever to go bogey free on the weekend?
Yep. He sure was. And he shot, you were talking about Saturday night, dude. It's hard to count against him. He pulled in a 65 on Saturday night. Or on Saturday.
And that don't happen very often at Augusta. So, you know,
was he the 7th or 10th player to ever do it? And I seen one stat with him about shooting like 7 under, and there's only a handful, like you said, yeah.
But what got Scotty, I mean, don't get me wrong. So you look at the top 3. Rory went 67-65.
Yeah.
Jumped out to a 6-stroke lead going into the weekend, and then went 73-71. Scotty 70, 74, 65, 68. But you know, you look at his round 4. I know, what was it, 17? He just missed the birdie putt.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
he thought he had it. I thought he had it, especially from his angle.
It was online and it got to the cup and just broke. I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
I think everybody knew it was in. From every angle for the camera, I guarantee from all the crowd, that ball was falling in the cup. But, you know, just got right there, and it's just another one of those, you know, tough greens at Augusta. And it's crazy. You know, you don't see it on TV. I mean, you can see how it's kind of wavy.
Yeah.
But in person, there ain't nothing around here that even comes close to it.
Yeah, and that is one of the biggest stats that I've seen is they asked spectators, what is the one thought leaving Augusta that you did not see coming? And 90% of the thing that people answer is, I didn't expect it to be that hilly, because it does not look that hilly on TV.
No, it don't, but I'm telling you, it is.
Yeah. Look how much trouble they had in the sand trap.
Yeah. Well, everybody but Rory. I mean, he's just, you know, Gibby said it the other day. I think it was Gibby, or was it you talking about him being the chip master?
Yeah, that's Gib. Yeah.
So
he is.
So I was run across a video of Rory being on Jimmy Fallon. So they're talking. He's sitting there. You know, I think it was after last year's Masters. And they found a video from when he was like 7, where he was chipping golf balls into his mom's washing machine or the dryer, one of the two. And that's what he just sit around and just chip golf balls into the washer or the dryer, whatever it was, all day long. And everybody wonders why he's so good at his chipping game.
Yeah, I mean, that's like Tiger. You see the videos all the time. I know he's not got the best publicity right now, but you see videos on him all the time. You know, when he's 4 years old, he's freaking driving at 50 yards at 4 years old.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous, man.
But we go back to the original question, who the big, you know, I was pulling for who started making a run in the weekend, and that was Hatton.
Yeah. He was
Hatton made a heck of a run especially on Sunday. Look at his, you know, 4 days. He went 74 in round 1. He went 66, 72, and then shot another 66 on Sunday to put himself up there tied for 3rd. So, you know, that's impressive for Trail Hatton.
And with Hatton,
to start out at 74.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, what's more impressive about that, or I guess what was so quiet about Hatton here, is he wasn't in that featured group or the second featured group. I think he was 3rd or 4th. I think he was 2 holes ahead of Rory on Sunday. So there wasn't
Yeah.
as much publicity on him as there was Scheffler and McElroy. So when you have those two, you know, fending for that spot, Hatton about snuck in there and took it.
Yeah.
So did Rose. Rose was playing really well, and he sort of hit a wall, I felt like, down that 16, 17, 18 home stretch.
Yeah. Yeah. He kind of, you know, lost his focus, I think, a little bit. But I mean, he played a solid. I mean, he went 70, 69, 69, 70.
Yeah, he was
I mean,
consistent.
What is this, 2 or 3 years in a row that Justin Rose has been right there?
Not
until
won
he
a
gets
major.
late. He's right there in the mix until late on Sunday in the 4th round. And that final round, and then it's like he starts out good, and all of a sudden it just starts slowly going down. You know,
Cam
on the
Young's
front,
right there with him.
on the front 9, he birdied 5 of the 9 and bogeyed number 3. But when he made the turn, he parred 10, and then he bogeyed 11, bogeyed 12, par, birdied 15, and then bogeyed 17.
Yeah, I knew he struggled on that back, and he done good to pull out 2 pars, or at least one of those pars, because I think his second shot on either 16 or 18 was from the pine straws. So he struggled.
Speaking of, I mean, look at the shot that Scotty had on Sunday. You know, he puts it in the trees. He's got a lane, made a good swing, and it just nicked that tree limb up there.
Yep, that's what I was about to say. Yep.
But then he goes up. I mean, he's probably 40, 50 yards in front of the second shot, and he goes and he puts one within 6 feet. To do that from where he was at and where the hole location was, I want to say that was on. He was an amen corner. I want to say it was 13 because I think that was the par 5 because he ended up parring it to save from bogeying with that third shot into the.
I vaguely, I know which one you're talking about.
I think it's 14 because it tee off, then the 2 shots from under the trees, and then a 1 putt to save par.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I'm not for sure which one.
I just wish he'd have had a better second round. Like his first round, he shot a 70, but that second round, you know, he shot a 74, and that's not like Scotty.
No, he couldn't get anything on Friday. Like, I mean, no. It looked so self-inflicted. Like he just was frustrated. He never could get into a rhythm. He would finally get him a birdie or, you know, back-to-back birdies, but then he would just hit a double bogey or a bogey and just completely get out of sync again. So, another one you were talking about that always blows it, that don't have a majors champion yet, is Cam Young. Cam, him and Justin Rose, they were both fighting all day. They both finished 2 off the lead, but at one point, Rose and Young in that final round had sole lead. But just like you said, they can't finish the job there late in the final round, I guess we should say, since we're talking about the Masters here.
Oh,
another good performance was Morikawa, man. What about him on Saturday and Sunday? I mean, he 68s across the board, and he really started making some noise towards that on that back 9.
Yeah, you know, Morikawa, he kind of had that groove like Rory had in the first 2 rounds. Yeah. When he hit that back 9, man, it was on.
It was.
But started off birdie number 1. If you look at most of the scorecards through the weekend, number 1 was either par or a bogey. Yeah. There wasn't many birdies on number 1. Then he went to number 2 on the first par 5, and he went double.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you take the double away, and he pars it. I mean, he's right there at 11 under as well. Because he went on a streak, was 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, and it was birdie straight.
Yeah.
To put himself right there in the mix. You know, shot a 31 on the back. And 31 on the back is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is. I mean, he got, like I said, he tore that back 9 up, and I mean, it was like every time they would go to Scheffler, McElroy, somebody else, they were coming right back to Morikawa. And next thing you know, he's sitting here at 9 under, finishes early, and at that point, I believe everybody was still right around that 10 under. So I mean, it was like, oh, if they drop another stroke here, Morikawa, he's in it.
Yeah. Another one that I enjoyed watching this weekend, and I talked about him last week, was Spieth.
Spieth, yep,
gutted out so many pars. Like he was an inch off about every time to make a birdie putt. You could tell that he's been off. We all know he's been off, but he saved himself with so many 8, 10, 12-foot putts to fall. And, here he finished tied for 12th. A good 72, 73, 70, shot 68 on Sunday.
Yeah.
So, him and Brooks,
that was my sleeper.
They were everything was on, but when they got onto the green, like the putting was just, they were just off just a smidge.
Yep, couldn't get it.
So, all in all, I mean, I think especially Sunday, I mean, that was the best round of the weekend, which 9 times out of 10 it mostly is. But I give it to Rory, to shoot like he did the first 2 rounds and be 12 under going into the weekend.
6-shot lead, man. You're not thinking. You're thinking Rory has it in the bag, and then he comes out like you said and shoots that 6 or at 73, and they just sort of opened it up for everybody and showed that he is human and he's coming out of that funk. And like you said with Brooks and Spieth there, man. Yeah, if they can get a couple of those falls, and I watched Brooks quite a bit this weekend. He was consistent across the board, but he really couldn't get in a rhythm on the court, on the field, on the course. He was up down all the way through it. He would double bogey 3. I think everybody double bogey 3 or 4, somewhere in there. He'd double bogey that, but then he would come back on like 7 and 8 and shoot back to back birdies. He was right around that par, but he just couldn't get in the flow, and I felt like that was him the whole time. When he shot that 68, I was like, or 69, I was like, I put a little money on him myself there because I figured he may have just gotten it figured out shooting 3 under that day, but then he 1 under both the next 2 days. So I agree, it was definitely fun and really good scores for where the whole location is on the final day, because it's in the hardest part, and they surpassed it. I mean, look, honestly, besides Rory, everybody else shot better on round 3 and 4, and usually it's the opposite way around.
Yeah, they Sunday, man, whole locations, it's
brutal.
Very, especially 16. We talk about, when we go play at Graysburg, you go, they got their signature hole. Augusta, you've got 16, which is the most iconic hole probably in all of golf. There's a reason on Wednesday that they skip it when they do the par 3 competition and do the practice round. It's fun to watch if you can ever catch a practice round, and after they get their practice round in and they start on the par 3 competition, they get to 16 and they go back out and they skip it across the water.
Yeah,
They do it on purpose. And if I try to do it, I'd probably fly the green.
Probably be the one time we get a close hit trying to
Yeah.
skip it.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm the same way on that. But yeah, no, I agree with you. One of the most iconic golf courses. It's up there with St. Andrews. You know, you can't, when you're talking iconic golf courses, you're talking Augusta and you're talking St. Andrews, man. Yeah, that's it. That's your two big courses, and it is definitely fun, and it brings the entertainment back. And this Sunday for sure did it. Buddy, you missed out there. You definitely missed out on a great Masters.
I mean, what's most impressive to me is the fact that Rory won $4.5 million.
I'd retire, man. I'd be done.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason, I guess, that their only thing they have to do is play golf.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I won 4.5 mil playing golf the other day. It ain't no big deal.
Right. Just another day in the office. And
we go play on a weekend in a tournament, and we're happy if we shoot 400 playing basketball.
That's what I was about to say. That's with four of us at a best ball. That's because Michael Bunny can never pull up his end there and do what he's supposed to. He's supposed to be the golf guru.
Maybe it's next, and he'll pull something out. And maybe he'll carry us a little bit.
Yeah. Speaking of, we got one coming up in May. Who is that for? Shout out to them. North Green Middle.
Was it middle school or high school?
Middle school.
Middle school.
So shout out, come support your local Little Huskies, and catch you boys, the Depot Street guys. Come say hey. We'll be out there attempting to golf. Again, this is all going to be determined if Bunny pulls up his end of the deal there.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Me and Jordan played on Saturday, and it was ugly, needless to say. But we played. It was ugly. It was terrible.
I'll need to go to the driving range a couple of times and work out some kinks.
Feel that. I could go to the driving range 10,000 times, and I still wouldn't work out the kinks. So
only thing I'm gonna work out is a pulled muscle.
Screw that. Yes. All right, guys. Well, let's get into the heart of it here. This is before we jump in. French, Bunny, any other thoughts on Masters golf?
I was shocked by McIlroy, Sergio. I understand the frustration. I understand.
Yeah,
but at Augusta, I mean, that is the most prestigious course, arguably, in the world.
Son, he was penalized. They met him 2 holes afterwards and was already talking to him.
I mean, I've been there. I get it from Sergio's point of view.
I do too, but
so
past probably had a little bit of influence there too.
I mean, what got me was the fact that after he does it, he whose bag was it? He carried off. He carried down the. Who was it?
I can't think right now.
I can't think of who it was, but they thought that he was going to play with another club or some stupid something. I don't know. I didn't pan out very well in my DraftKings for this.
Yeah, I was right. I did beat you. That was about it, though. But speaking of, real quick, I've got a shot. French touched on him a minute ago. Bryson, I don't think he's going to be using the 3D club anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen.
I don't think that was a good choice. And French, I did mean to throw this stat in there when we were talking about the greens and the putting. The cut for the grass was 3/8 of an inch. That's how short that grass was.
In the
3/8 of
first
an
cut.
inch. No, the green. That's why it's like glass.
That's 375 thousandths. So
Look at him breaking it down into decibels.
Look at him.
hey, that's where my brain goes, guys.
Talking about that ball hole location or hole location there on 4. That was like the most brutal was playing tournaments at the old Bayleton course. Number 8, Brian go out there and put that right in the middle of that divot off that par 3. You know what I'm talking
Got a
about?
couple.
The
Yeah.
hole on the front side of that green, you couldn't putt, man.
Yeah. So we got a couple of comments here now that I'm back. I'm sorry, guys, but I had to eat supper because we got moonshiners coming up. Ryan Gwynn, he commented that he's with the MVP in LA though. So maybe he can develop a decent career at least. Whoever Jens was talking
He
about
is
there.
talking about Stetson.
Okay. And then Gibby hit us up with Jalen Harrelson commits to UT from Notre Dame basketball.
Okay.
That's a pretty good sign there.
Yeah. Gwen, we'll see. There's a lot to be determined there. I feel like, just my two cent. I feel like that's to be determined. A lot left there for that career. All right, guys. WWE, let's go. We've got the Super Bowl of wrestling this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. There's a lot to cover. We will touch on some of the smaller matches, but we will also hit the big matches. We'll try to dive a little bit deeper into them. So with that being said, night 1, we have, I'll read the list here and I'll keep an eye on the time and we'll jump around. But first, to open the things, and let's just talk about how personal this got, because I thought it was going to be announced Hell in a Cell. I'm not going to lie. I thought that's where they were going with Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre. I'm a Jacob Fatu fan. He plays, his past is very, it is what it is, but he lets WWE use that, and he plays into that so well. I think it fits his character well. And then you got Drew that's on this warpath, and he's pissed because Drew or Jacob has supposedly, he feels like, cost him the title. So it has gotten bitter between these two, but I'm glad, Bunny. We overuse your biggest harp is they overuse matches, especially Hell in a Cell. So are you happy that this went to an unsanctioned match about that? And if so, give me some of your give me what you think this is going to turn into with this one.
So, I mean, for me here on this McIntyre Fatu, I think they're going to. I think you almost need to give it to Fatu here. I do. I think you need to give him his win at WrestleMania. It's not going to hurt Drew. And almost with Drew getting the loss here will help him more in the storylines building up than I think it would if he had win it. You would kind of void what they've been building here most recently. But with the unsanctioned match, I'm fine with that. You don't see it. It's not that a gimmick pay-per-view. So it's not a Hell in a Cell. It's not a cage match. I would have even been okay if you'd put this in a cage for Mania. But I don't think we're going to see a cage come back to Mania necessarily unless it would be a Hell in a Cell. But I'm really, really hoping they get away from the gimmick pay-per-views, but that's not why we're here. And I think that Fatu's going to take this win, and then you're going to see McIntyre just keep building on that streak that he's on.
I like the streak. I like his pissed off, raged, incensed. French, to your thoughts on it. I agree. I'm going Fatu. I'm pulling hard. I think he needs it being newer. and breaking away from the bloodline. I think he needs it.
Yeah, this match, man, it's going to be brutal. They're going to beat the absolute piss out of each other. It's going to be a bloodbath. McIntyre's, he's huge. Fatu's huge. You know, these guys at this point hate each other. And I don't see there being a winner.
I think outside interference might happen.
It's unsanctioned.
It's unsanctioned, so it's going to be no DQ, so it don't matter.
No, it won't matter, but I think that's how we're going to open Mania. This is the first match. There's going to be a shocker come out to set the tone. That's how the winner's going to be determined.
But still, the way this match is going to go, I don't think there's going to be a winner.
Oh,
I think that they're going to beat each other to death, and you're going to have a double count out.
Both just don't make it back to their feet within 10 seconds.
Yep.
I could see it. I could see WWE. But the only reason maybe not, does WWE want to open up WrestleMania with a no
with
decision.
the way this match is going to go, I can see it.
They could drag it to, what's that, WrestleMania Revenge, or what is it, where they run it back. It's the following pay-per-view.
Payback.
Yeah, WrestleMania Payback.
Backlash.
Whatever, yeah, it's the spin-off. It's usually the same dang card with a couple different ones.
So, to add on to that, to go on French's theory here, what if the match don't end? You carry it over into Mania, and they just play it off that they're fighting backstage and everything else. Like it's an ongoing story until you hit the main pay-per-view here that's not on ESPN.
You're saying it's going to go, so they're going to fight it out. There's not going to be a winner on Saturday, and that's going to roll into Sunday.
No.
It's on the pre-card.
Yeah, so it'll start off on ESPN, but to see how the match ends, you must go over to the actual pay-per-view.
Gotcha. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Good possibility of that too.
Jordan's thoughts on this as well is it's too many rush storylines, so he thinks it'll finish at Backlash as well. Here's a thought just come to me as we're talking this out. Bunny, you're not going to like this thought. The unsanctioned match, we're going to go with French's theory here and say that it does not end, turns into a Hell in a Cell for Backlash.
See, I'm okay with that because it's not a gimmick pay-per-view. You are using it in the way that it needs to be used.
And if a match don't finish in an unsanctioned match, yeah, we got to.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have to up the ante there.
Final thoughts, French, and pick the winner.
I'm still going to say,
no winner.
There's going to be no winner. It's going to be a double count out. They're going to beat each other so bad it's going to be a double count out.
I don't mind the thought there, French. Bunny?
Fatu.
I'm going with you. I'm going Fatu. So the opening match of night one, we can touch on a little bit, but we would be amiss not to just because of the views. But we got a triple or a six-man tag. Here we go. We got ISO Speed, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory of the Vision versus Knight, LA Knight, Jimmy, and Jay, the Usos. Obviously, this is a match just to pull views in. ISO Speed's in it. They've already talked with him and Danhausen about how many followers, like they're playing into this hard. We see this all the time. He's going to go out. I personally think LA Knight, Jimmy, and Jey Uso, they bounce back, no problem. ISO Speed will get the pin here. not much to say besides the big highlights. There will be some great moves and flips and highlights pulled off by Show Speed. That's my quick synopsis on this one. What do y'all feel?
Like, I don't know why Triple H is pushing iShow. All he does is, these highlight reels. I'm over the YouTubers thinking that they're wrestlers.
Is it WWE or is it TKO?
Both. They're about right now is that.
But
because that
this,
ESPN mood screwed them.
I think this match you're looking, I hate to say it, but I think the Vision and Speed's going to win because Breaker's probably going to come in and take out Jimmy and Jay and LA Knight.
True, I forgot about that. Yeah, he is cleared.
Yeah, he's back. So, I mean, I think that's what's going to happen. One of these high flying stunts that either Show does or Logan Paul they're going to throw the referee in front of him. The referee's going to get knocked down. Here comes Braun Breaker. He comes in, he spears the Usos, and then takes out LA Knight. Vision and iShow Speed wins.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't agree or disagree with it. I think it's Logan, Theory, and iShow Speed. The Usos, LA Knight, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this one. They can take a loss here and bounce back. The only thing is that I'm kind of thinking with the amount of the Usos, Fatu, this Samoan family, the matches that we have and the involvement, is there a backstory that they will build? There's a big backstory that they could build. I'm just anxious to see how this plays out. I think they need to run something there a little bigger than what they have yet before, but I still think it's Paul, Theory, and iShow Speed.
I agree. I don't think any of the family gets involved for Jimmy and Jay here. I think it's just planned for them to outright lose, bounce back, move on. Next one that like Gibb has mentioned in the comments already, man. I agree with him. Very quick, put together matches, and this is going to be the next one, and that's Gunther and Rollins. Not much to say. This was thrown together because two of their megastars was not on, and they both came back from injury right before Mania. Gunther, I mean, he's on top of the world. He is the most hated heel right now. I think he wins, and I think Rollins gets screwed by outside interference, being somebody in the Vision.
I'm keeping notes of who we pick also here.
Okay.
So
go ahead, French.
I can't stand Gunther.
I can't either.
Only thing he's got is a chop and a sleeper. The only thing he can do. Give the man credit. Yes, he has lost quite a bit of weight to get into where he's at. But all this, him retiring AJ, him retiring Cena, those two matches was the boring matches you'd ever watched.
He was he had Cena in a sleeper for what, 20 minutes of that match?
Yeah. I mean, that's all he's got. I don't like Gunther. I've not been a fan of Rollins since he went into this visionary mood. And, this coming out dressed all fancy, and I'm going to keep it G and, not like a male wrestler should. I can't stand either one of them right now. But Raymond, I kind of agree with you. I think Gunther's going to end up winning this because of outside interference as well.
I want to agree with you guys, but I think this is where we see Rollins win it because he's going to suspect the outside interference, and then you'll have his posse of masked men show back up for this one and swarm and do whatever. It's either that or we're going to see Braun Breaker come through and just destroy everybody.
Well, that's what Jordan says. He thinks Breaker interferes here to set up Rollins and Breaker at SummerSlam. That's not a bad prediction either.
I agree with that. I think that's already in the mix. Gunther could stand to lose this one. I mean, either one of them really could. But Gunther's not going to lose the momentum of retiring people, losing to Rollins because he is an active person. So I'll go with Gunther Wickens on this one. I'll take Gunther.
My opinion on this outside interference, Paul Heyman comes out, gets Seth distracted. Gunther takes advantage.
We definitely see something here. Yeah, I agree. No build to this, so not much to say, I feel like, on this one. We didn't even, yeah. Next one. Guys, this could really turn into a show stealer here. You got the women's Fatal 4 for the tag team titles. This really could be one hell of a match. You got Nia Jax. I can't, the mobility. She's got to get quicker on her feet. But Lash Legend is making a name for herself and putting a rocket strap on her. And I'm okay with that. So when they turn on each other, it's going to be a battle because both ladies are great at both of what they do. So definitely think that's going to be a good one. But then you got the Bella Twins, who have not looked bad, but Nikki still hasn't found her routine yet. She's still got the ring rust. Brie, we've only seen one match out of her, so we don't know what's coming to expect. But then you got Bliss and Flair. We know that they're going to be able to carry a match, and they're going to be able to help where needed. But you add Bayley into the mix of this. Bayley, underrated. A lot of people don't like her, especially her. She's sort of turned into the Sami Zayn of women, I feel like. She needs a change up. She needs to get away from the hugger. She don't need to go back to the hugger crap. When she had a little bit of that edge and turned heel, it was like she never can get out of that funk. And I was okay with the tweener, the bipolar Bayley there. I was interested in seeing where they went with that, but then they sort of just kind of dropped that. So kind of interested if they bring that back here at Mania, but this match has potential, guys. When it's all said and done, I think this is where Charlotte and Alexa turn on each other. I think, or either we see the personality come back from Bayley, but I think Lyra and Bayley may be your winners. But my final prediction will be the Bella Twins win it, and they have one final short run, whether that's all the way to SummerSlam. I don't think it's that long, but I could see it even being as short as Backlash. But I do think they pull the Bella Twins for the win here. One last run for the Twins. I don't think Brie comes back if they don't get that opportunity.
Go ahead.
So this one, the Bella Twins, they're going to be in that situation where they're going to be absent. They're going to take advantage at the end. Raymond, you think it, Alexa and Charlotte's going to turn on each other. I don't think that's going to happen yet. I mean, neither one of them is going. They're not pushing them in singles. They've put them together. I think they make a great tag team.
They do.
Yeah.
I'm with you with Bayley. The hugger era, yeah, it's gone. The bipolar, the split personality that she had. I loved it. You know, when you turn somebody that's always, you know, been that good guy that, you know, everybody loved, and then you turn her into a heel, and then you say, oh, let's try to turn you, let's make you a baby face and a heel. I thought it was great for her. It was working. But her and Lyra, they make a great tag team as well. They feed off each other. Nah, you hit it. She's not. She's just a powerhouse. Lash Legend is an absolute athlete. I mean, you look at it. I mean, she played college basketball for Texas A&M and Mississippi State.
Yeah, she's
drafted into the WNBA. So, I mean, at her size, she's 6 foot. She can absolutely move. I thought, you know, you got the power plus, you know, with the agility that she's got, putting her with Nia, that's just power. I thought that was a great thing that they done, but I think their run together is over, and I think after this, we might see a push for Lash Legend. It might still be a little early, but I think they start trying to move her up the ranks and try to get her into a women's championship match. I think whoever she would fight would be a great match. But I think it would be more of a matchup with Rhea or you know, somebody like that that's also athletic, somebody that can carry her on botches. You know, you compared Bailey to Sammy, but I think Bailey is kind of the Cena of late. You know, later in his years, he was kind of that carrier.
Yeah.
A Dolph Ziggler,
the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
And
AJ Styles, you know, these guys that are you know, they're tenured, they're great veterans, they're great wrestlers.
Yeah.
And they can carry you through a match. If you make a small botch, they can fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
So
and
you know,
I don't mind Lyra either. I like you said, I like the tag, but I really think Lyra can have a good run.
So who are you taking, French?
I'm going Bailey and Lyra Valkyrie.
That would be my second pick.
Because the way this battle they got going on with Charlotte and Alexa, where they're screwing each other in single matches, I think it's great.
Bunny?
Well, we're going to see a team turn on each other. I don't know if it's going to be Charlotte and Alexa or if it's going to be Nia and Lash Legend. I think to see Nia and Lash turn on each other and them run that, they've got to lose the belt. Gibby in the chat here says Nash pins Nikki Bella. Nash and Nia retain. Only the women's tag titles is being defended on WrestleMania. So, for me, I think in that same situation he's talking about, is that's the only set of tag titles that's being defended. They dropped the belts here. I don't mind the Bella Twins winning. I think that that's kind of the route they may go. I don't think they put it back on Charlotte and Alexa. I think they're just going to be in the match to help carry it. I'm going to go with French here and give it to Bailey and Lyra. I think I think they win this matchup. Gibby said Alexa hits the finisher on Nikki Bella, Nash steals the victory.
I could see that possibly. But I just don't feel like they retain. But no, I like the Lyra and Bailey pick. That's my second option on that one. Something. All right, guys. So we got it picks down there. Sorry, I'm trying to get them moving here, guys. We got Moonshiners coming up. A feud that started out hot, but we've not really seen it much gain much traction as of late. And again, I think this is where the part-timers hurt, and that's AJ Lee versus Becky. Becky's done as much as she can to carry it. Becky's that workhorse for the women. They know that. Her and Charlotte's, they're going to be their go-tos. And honestly, with this one, the way AJ's been unpresent, Becky wins this unless this one ends in a no finish and gets drug out to Backlash. I can 100% see it, and then Becky wins it at Backlash. So
Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be a no. I feel like this is your no contest. I feel like AJ Lee and Becky, I feel like it's going to go one more, and that's the Backlash. And then I feel like Lynch wins it at Backlash. So I'm going Lynch or a no contest right here. Great build up at the first, but I hate how it's dropped off. Very disappointed in Triple H with that.
Yeah, this one, we talked about it, before Rumble. This one, it started off great, but then now it's got boring.
Yeah.
I do like the fact I think AJ's done some few house shows and had kind of like an open challenge, trying to get her some more matches in to get her back in the groove. Right now, I mean, everybody loves Becky Lynch, but AJ, they pushed AJ, and all the fans have absolutely loved AJ being back. I don't see AJ losing the title, so I'm going AJ Lee with the submission win.
I'm going Becky here, just keeping it short. I go Becky here. I think they need to put the belt back on her. And I almost think that we see somebody new and fresh come up to try to challenge her after Mania here. And because you're going to get a call up. We know that. You're going to get somebody called up from NXT. And I think that's kind of the route that they go.
The girl from AEW that's in NXT, I can't think of her name.
Yeah. Somebody like that.
I can see them right now. Whoever wins it say Becky does win, that they might push a Sol Ruka right here.
That would be a good push too.
I think she is very good, very athletic. I think that she would be good with the IC title.
Great baby face.
Absolutely.
For sure. All right. Well, we talked about one losing momentum. Well, let's talk about one picking it up, and that is Stephanie McCure versus Liv Morgan. This one has really picked up in the past couple weeks. I feel like this one has gotten a lot personal, a lot more personal in the past few weeks. They could have really put a stipulation on this match as personal as it's gotten and as quickly as it's gotten. Anybody knows, you talk about mamas, man, you getting into some deep stuff there. So hit me with this. I feel like the only deciding factor here is there's more playing into the Judgment Day. I know Liv and Raquel's getting ready to split, and that may be what causes the match here. But I feel like Stephanie's had it for a really long time at this point. She's done a great run with it, but give me Liv to get it back here.
I can see it. Go ahead, Michael. Go ahead.
I don't know who wins this matchup.
Yeah.
I think on paper it's really a draw on who they're going to push, and I don't think they're going to lose in either situation that they have. I think that I think it's a win for both of them. I really do, and I don't think that coming out of this match it's going to hurt anybody. I want to take Liv here, but I think they give Stephanie her flowers here at Mania. I don't know who to take, to be honest with you. I think it's a draw. They've built this excellent. Couldn't really ask for much better creative writing than this matchup right here with Stephanie and Liv.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I am a Liv Morgan fan, so based on that, give me Liv.
I agree with you. Either way they go, both of them are, they built themselves up. But Raymond, I can see what you're saying. I think in the end, with everything that's going down with Judgment Day, it's about time for him to push. I think Raquel causes an interference, causes a distraction, and Liv loses it. I think that especially all this, Liv's got close with Roxanne. Raquel causes a distraction. Liv Morgan loses. Stephanie Vaquer retains the title. And then we see Stephanie, Raquel, SummerSlam.
Real quick, Gibby goes against that theory. Gibby's hot in the chat right now.
He is.
Gibby's going Liv Morgan wins and sets up Liv and Roxanne.
It's not
And
a
he
bad
also
prediction.
took AJ Lee, and you got Charlotte and AJ at the next pay-per-view.
I could see both of those. I could see Charlotte, AJ at SummerSlam. That's more of a SummerSlam match. And I could definitely see, let's throw them all in there. What if we have a triple threat coming up at SummerSlam between Liv, Roxanne, and Raquel, all three?
I want to see a throwback to Undertaker, Kurt Angle, The Rock, Austin, Rikishi. Trying to think of who the other one was, but they were in the chamber and they fought for outside the chamber, and that's where Taker shoved Rikishi off the top of it. Give me that type of matchup. I think these women could handle it, and I think that's what we need to see out of this women's division, because you've got some monsters in the women's division.
Dude. All righty, guys. So you got your picks, Michael?
Yep, I'm ready for Randy and Cody for Saturday.
Let's go. Everybody knows Orton's my guy. I'm a huge Orton fan. Dude, all the wrestlers hate the McAfee angle. I'm loving it. I'm loving every single minute of it. It has added a whole nother layer to this. This is turned into multimedia, streaming, everything. You've seen last night, Cody Rhodes supposedly broke into McAfee's
Thunderdome.
Thunderdome. There we go. I couldn't think of it. And destroyed the Orton and McAfee picture and stole his title back. Not a bad plan there. Not a bad play. I like that. Maybe hold that out till Friday on SmackDown, but there's definitely going to be some fallout on SmackDown from that. But man, this has been fun. I love this side of Orton when he goes into that hearing voices phase. That's when he's at his best. He's best on the mic. He's best. I feel like he brings so much more energy to the ring. Give me every minute of it. Orton will take number 15 here. I think he's going to have one last run until SummerSlam, and I think he may lose at SummerSlam, may hold on to it for a little bit longer, but give me the Viper.
So this matchup has absolutely blowed up. It's been fun to watch Cody going into the Thunderdome. I mean, epic. I mean, I could see it happening the way it was playing out. Right now, Cody Rhodes is the face of the WWE. We all know it. There ain't nobody that's doing this, and as hard as Randy's pushing, I don't want it to happen, but I think it's going to. I see Randy getting injured.
Possibly.
I mean, he's been prone with the neck, the back. You know, I hope it don't happen, but I think this, if nothing happens, this matchup right here is going to be one for the ages. But I still think Cody Rhodes is your winner.
I hope not. I hope they don't push Rhodes. I hope they don't go down that road. I've said it for years. I hated it when they done it with Brock. I hated it when they done it with Roman. I hated it when they done it with Cena. I like back in the day where you have multiple champions. You hold it for a couple of months, you drop it. There's a new challenger. Every Monday after the pay-per-view, there's a new guy. Yeah, the guys on Moonshiners here in a little bit is going to call me an old fogey. I mean, it's fine. But in this one, I'm going to Orton. I agree with Gibb. Gibby says Orton wins, setting up Orton and McAfee versus Rhodes and Jelly Roll at Backlash.
Oh, for sure. It's coming. For sure. And both of them will be heavily involved in this match.
And it blows my mind seeing Randy Orton turn on Jelly Roll like he did. I mean, I know Randy, it's RKO everybody. But right after Rumble, him and Jelly Roll, I mean, they were two peas in a pod. He was right there with him, and then all of a sudden, you're going to call Pat McAfee to come be by your side. I still ain't figured that out. I mean,
let me tell you why they done it the way they done it. Is if you watched any Friday Night SmackDowns in the past 3 weeks, they can't get the crowd to turn on Orton. They were booing Cody out of the stadium. Cody has made it publicly clear he will not turn face. That is one of his main heel. That is one of his main reasons to leave an AEW, and I think it is selfish on his part. And I'm like Michael. I'm done with. I'm not a Rhodes fan. He is selfish on that part. I don't think you can be considered the GOAT if you can't flip the crowd. I mean, look at The Miz. The Miz can flip a crowd in 5 minutes. He had his hometown booing him in 5 minutes. He's great on the mic. Rhodes, he's going to have to figure that out.
Gibby says TKO couldn't get anybody else.
I think that they couldn't get the crowd to turn on Orton. The only way to do it was to get Jelly Roll. And who better on the mic than Pat freaking McAfee? He's got any crowd in the palm of his damn hand.
I mean, he is great with the mic. I mean, we've seen it on Game Day. We see it on the Pat McAfee show. I mean, he can come up with anything at any time.
Yeah.
He's a great voice. But Randy don't need a voice. That's the problem.
Mm-mm.
But you know, you're talking about Cody. I don't see it being selfish because I don't think he can pull off a heel character.
Bet he could.
I think
just because the way he's been for how many years, I don't think he could pull it off. I don't think he's got it in his DNA to pull it off.
He's got his dad's DNA, man. His dad could do anything.
He's got his dad's DNA, but he's too much like Dustin. He's too much like Big Brother.
Dustin was a good heel in AEW. I was watching AEW when he went in his heel phase.
But that's AEW.
I know, yeah, that's true. I mean, I see it. I just hate how they have to change the whole script, I feel like, just to accommodate to him.
I mean, we all know that Orton is a heel. I mean, he's always going to be a heel. They're not going to turn him into a babyface because that's not his character. When a man hears voices in his head, you can't turn him into a babyface. I mean, he'd have to change his whole entrance music and everything to become a babyface.
Yeah, but he does a good tweener. He's a great tweener. All right, guys. Hate to jump, but dude, we got to talk about this match, and we got to go into it big time here. And French, you got to be like Big E here. You got to love this match. Meat, what's he say? Meat slapping meat here or something is what his big saying is. And that's the opening match, of course. Brock's going to get his 10 minutes in, and he gone. So that's Brock and Oba. I think they have done great at building Oba. I mean, not that he really needed it. The dude is a freak of nature. 6'5", 280? And that's solid muscle. So I'm here for this one. I mean, I know it's only going to be 10 minutes, and Lesnar's out. It's going to be a short match. We're going to see the moves. But, man, these moves are going to be powerful in that short amount of time. Oba wins here. I think this is the rocket path to his career. It's the whole point of setting it up. Short and sweet. Oba ends up winning it.
I agree.
Hey, look, I've loved the build up to this one. I mean, these two guys are both freaks of nature.
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at a heavyweight MMA match out here. This is going to be all blows. We're going to see a couple power bombs. We're going to see, well, we might see a one or two suplexes.
Right.
I don't see him getting Oba Finney into many suplex cities.
You never know with him.
So, I think they're pushing Oba really, really good. I think Brock's got it in the contract that he has to be in WrestleMania for like ever. So they had to find somebody that could, compete with him. So I'm going Oba on this one as well.
Yeah,
Well,
I've got Oba. I ain't got anything else to add.
He's just got to make his way to the ring a little bit faster.
Yeah.
He's almost as slow as the Taker, but his ain't as powerful as the Undertaker's entrance.
The walk is catching on, though. So let's go to the IC match, man. We got some young folks in here. We got some throw-ins in here. But I'll touch on it just really quick. It's going to be probably one of the most entertaining matches that we will see on this card. You look at the talent in here. You got Penta, who's the champion, coming in. Javon Evans, man, I'm here for this dude. He has made a lasting impact, great impact. Read somewhere the other day that he actually misses some of his high-flying moves on purpose because he wants it to look not so scripted.
Natural.
Yeah. Don't know why. Like, if you're that gifted, like, dude, pull it off. But then you got JD McDonough, quick throw in, Dragon Lee, quick throw in, Rusev, quick throw in, and Ray, quick throw in. But it's a ladder match. You got to have these luchadors in there. Rusev's going to be your powerhouse. Penta can play both sides. The others are there for high flyers. Give me Javon Evans winning this match.
Yeah,
I
this
almost
matchup,
think it's a little early for him.
Not yet.
I do too. I know they're kind of pushing him right now, but I don't think he's ready to be strapped. I love the fact that, you know, you got 3 luchas here in a ladder match with another high flyer. I don't like the fact they threw JD in there. I mean, what's he been? He ain't done nothing. Be Finn's little gopher boy until they turned on him.
Yep.
Rusev, he's gonna super kick, he's gonna jump kick, and he's gonna do this, and he's gonna do that, but this match ain't made for him. They really, really love Penta right now. Penta stays your champion.
I'm gonna tell you why Javon Evans wins here in a minute.
So I agree with French, unless for some reason they do some squirrely shit, and you got JD goes up and wins it.
Evans will. You want me to tell you why? You want me to tell you who's gonna get involved in this match? Anybody been watching the backdrops on the interviews on Monday Night Raw? The little salt here and there sprinkled in. Who's he talking to? You know, Bunny?
Let us know.
Right after this short commercial break.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Starnes' Barbershop. Since Raymond wants to disappear on this mid-conversation. Shout out to Robert. I don't know if you're watching or not, but
yeah, I'm going with Penta also. I think he retains here.
the only way Penta don't retain here is Dominique comes in to help JD because Ray's in the match as well.
Mm-hmm.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what's going on, but it just dropped my camera and said that I would have to restart my computer to get camera. So I guess I'm soloing it without camera the rest of the way. But what I was saying is Javon Evans' backdrop is who he's been talking to throughout all this, the New Day. He has been talking to the New Day this entire time. New Day gets involved, and a ladder match is perfect for the New Day.
Yeah.
So that's my thoughts. That's why I think Javon Evans wins too. Jumping on to the next one, guys. I don't like this match. One, it's thrown in very late. Secondly, they announced that Finn Balor would be the Demon. Don't announce that. We hate how they announce it. Let us just hear the music, the heartbeats, and let's go with the Demon. Unfortunately, we're going to see that beforehand. I think JD gets involved with this one. Dominic wins, but it carries over to Backlash.
No, Finn wins. He's the Demon.
True that. I forgot the Demon.
Demon don't lose.
He's lost one time, and that was the Roman.
Yeah. This one, we knew it was coming after the turn. I can't stand Dom. I know you want to pay tribute and pay your, you know, everything to Eddie, but you will never be able to wear Eddie Guerrero's shoes. So don't try it. The Demon wins this hands down. I don't care if there is outside interference. He still pulls off the W.
Yeah.
I forgot about the Demon. I agree. I'm flipping my pick there.
Keep us rolling.
Who you got, Damon? Okay.
Yeah.
The next one, I'll hit this one quick. Trick versus Sammy. This is Trick's to lose. Trick's got this all day. They threw the match, the title on Sammy to get him a match in Mania.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going Trick here also. I think hands down he wins this one.
Well, I can tell you who I don't want to win. That's Trick. We all like Sami Zayn.
I like
I
Sammy
like
too.
I do too. But he's just bored.
You know, man puts his heart and soul in it. He loves what he does. The crowd loves him. But they're pushing Trick pretty good right now. So Trick probably pulls out and becomes a new U.S. champion.
Thanks. And I feel like outside interference in this one as well. From can't think of who he had out Friday night, but he's got the rapper, one of the rappers. Anyway, next match. I feel like this one didn't have the build it should have. It's been more focused on the people helping, more so than Jade versus Rhea. And I feel like that's partly because Jade isn't great on the mic yet, so they bring in the other three people to help push this one along. With that being said, I feel like Jade's not the champion they thought she'd be. Puts it back on Rhea until they can find who they want. Rhea's a placeholder, but Rhea does win it.
Look, this one, I'm with the build up wasn't what it should have been. What Jade's has she even defended the title?
Once, yeah, she defended it against somebody.
Exactly.
I think Friday, somebody. Yeah, terrible.
I know about it.
Yeah.
You know, Julia and the other one, you know, she's never, I mean, she was tag partners with what's her name? Throw it out here.
I can't think of her name right
From
now.
Knoxville.
Jordan or I can
Come on,
see
buddy.
her.
She was a track star at Tennessee. But we know who we're talking about.
Bianca Belair.
Yeah. Yeah, Bianca. So we know that she can't be by herself. Bianca's great on the mic. Jade's not. Yeah, Jade's a powerhouse, and the whole storyline after she come back and she went on this heel tear after getting injured and all this, but they got to put in a fighting champion in these situations.
I agree.
Rhea's one. She's a fighting champion. She'll defend it every night she can.
Yeah.
So I'm a Rhea Ripley guy. I'm going with Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, and I agree. I think speaking of Bianca, I think she plays a factor. I think we see her return here. She evens up the odds and makes it 3-on-3, and that's why Jade loses.
Yeah, I think Rhea picks this one up. I think you have to put it on Rhea here and set somebody else up. This matchup should have been a blockbuster sale, and it's not been. And everybody's going to love Rhea winning this one, so give me Rhea.
The match that everybody has waited for, I feel like the build-up has been a little monotonous, just coming out face-to-face. Finally, the third time, they just beat the shit out of each other. A lot of backstory line. This one feels personal. They've done a really good job at blurring the kayfabe to reality here, and I really like when they do that because it's hard to tell. And that's Punk versus Reigns, and I truly believe some of these promos. I believe some of these words are felt with passion here. Reigns being the part timer and CM Punk carrying the mother load right now. The crowd's loving this fight. It's a great match to end on. But at the end of the day, we've said this, and we've said this, and we've said this. Paul Heyman still introduces himself as a wise man. We see it play into effect here, and the belt will go back on Reigns. Bunny, I know that is a very unbiased opinion coming from you. I know you do not like that pick. But let's start with you here on this, because I know you do not want Roman to have it again. But let's hear your thoughts.
I think it's time for Punk to give up the belt. Do I like that it's going back to Roman? No. But I think with this situation right here, putting it on Roman and setting something else up for the future, I hope he does not hold it for an extremely long amount of time, because we do know that he will be a little bit of a part-time show here throughout this. Let him hold it till SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Set it up for somebody else. I think that this is the matchup to where it's needing done. You need somebody to challenge it. Roman's going to sell tickets at SummerSlam because majority of the people will hope that he drops the belt, unless you just have a great storyline here after the fact. But I'm going with not Orton. I don't know why I was saying Orton, but give me Roman Reigns here. I think it's time to send CM Punk in a different direction, and it'll be healthy for WWE.
All right, hear me out. Here's what we got. I love CM Punk. Probably one of the best on the mic. He's up there with the Miz. I think in the right, it's time for Punk to give it up. He's made his little run now that he's back. Roman wins. Well, let's put it this way. This match will be set up for whoever wins night one. I think I'm crazy. Fatu wins against McIntyre. Roman beats CM Punk. Fatu comes after Family for the title because they're pushing Fatu a little bit right now.
I could see it. I feel like there was another little teaser here. And a couple weeks ago on Monday Night Raw, I think, maybe Friday Night SmackDown, but we seen during one of the backstage promos for this match, they had a picture, and in the same interview, they talked about The Rock, and The Rock was being featured on one of the trailers in the background. I think he does play a factor here.
Oh, that you talking about the Danhausen video?
Maybe that's the one I'm talking about. Had them when they were talking, and then he said something about The Rock, and The Rock was on the trailer in the back. I think that was it. I kind of picked up. I could be wrong, but I think that's a little teaser there as well.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I do think we're still going to play into Roman and Rock at some point. I don't know when.
It's coming.
I mean, if you want to bring up teasers on the trailer, I mean, we might have a little teaser in that women's title match too.
Who?
Could Tiffany Stratton make a little
Possibly.
appearance in one of the women's matches?
Possibly. She may go after the IC. I think she's done with the main championship right now, but she may pop up in the IC.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. I hate my camera got shut off. I will be restarting my computer. Maybe that won't happen again going forward. We'll try to figure that one out. But with that being said, man, we had a great show. Had a lot of feedback. We appreciate the feedback. Dylan was in there. Appreciate it, Dylan. And of course, Gweno, man. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well, brother. We appreciate it. We appreciate it, guys. Any last thoughts, Bunny?
Nope. Guys, I'll see you in like 3 minutes on
Moonshine.
Moonshiners Racing. So we're fixing to start it back up. So stay tuned. A lot coming from Depot Street Sports tonight.
Especially with Bristol being the home track here of Depot. So, French, any final thoughts? Masters,
final thoughts?
WrestleMania?
Hey, WrestleMania is going to be good, and we always know it is. Don't forget to watch the Hall of Fame inductions.
Midnight, Friday night.
Well, it'll be a rerun for me because I'm not going to be staying up that late because I'll probably fall asleep. But on the flip side of that, I know we talk a little bit of everything, and I got a great report today that Spencer Strider for the Braves is going to make a rehab start tonight. Try to get him back in rotation. Speaking of that, the Braves are up right now 2-0, trying to win the rubber match to say the only team in the major leagues to not lose a series so far this year. Go Braves.
I agree. And did you all, speaking of baseball, did you see Lehigh set a record for 20 runs scored in the first inning?
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about Lehigh, Raymond.
French, I didn't even think about that, but I'm glad that I said that now. It makes it even better. But just real quick, and then we'll talk, or I'll get off. But the first inning included 10 walks, 6 hit by pitches, and a grand slam just in the first inning. The final score ended up being 38-6, with a total of 25 batters hit, or 25 with walk of 25 batters and 9 people hit, and only 12 base hits allowed. There was 3 pitching changes in the first inning.
Did they play Cloudland?
No, but it sounds like they did.
Or Tennessee School for the Blind?
No, it was I can tell you they played Coppin State.
Were that many walks? That sounds like they played a school for the blind.
Possibly, man. It was tough. It was tough. But guys, we appreciate it. We will be back next Thursday with a big NFL draft show. Stay tuned. We have a lot of people joining us, so we expect a good turnout. We got a draft party we will be live at, so it's going to be a great time. Join us next Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern.
See you guys.
See y'all.